Hello, today we're going to talk about how to write a cover letter. First, I'm going to give you information on the CNS Career Center, which is located in Morrill 2 in Suite 321. We have walk-in or drop-in appointments available Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. with our peer advisors, who are students who have had internship, full-time job, co-op experience, and have gone through interview processes in the past. You can also contact us at Career Center CNS at umass.edu if you have any questions. On our website, which this QR code will take you there, we have a ton of information, including cover letter examples, where previous students have done internships or research on campus, which we call our database. We also have information on Handshake, interviewing, as well as where to find opportunities. We have a Thursday newsletter that is sent out in the evenings on Thursday, and that will include information for current internships or full-time jobs that will be good for your major. There's information on any upcoming events or career fairs that are happening, and it's a really good starting point if you're someone who's looking for an opportunity. We also have a career development handbook, which is QR code will take you right to that page. The handbook has a ton of resources, including resume examples, cover letter examples, information on networking, both how to go to a career fair, how to create a LinkedIn profile, and there's also information on interviewing. So again, this QR code will take you to that page. So in this presentation, we're going to talk a little bit about how to write a cover letter. So cover letters are typically required for internship or full-time job or co-op opportunities. They are an expansion of what's on your resume. So in your cover letter, you're usually thinking about the handful of skills or experiences from your resume that really go into detail or depth for why you're an experienced or qualified candidate for the role that you're applying to. The cover letter expresses your interest for that particular position, and you want to look at the job description to identify what they're looking for skill-wise and experience-wise to expand on that in the cover letter. Essentially, you're going to be selling yourself, selling your qualifications to the prospective employer. And we're going to talk about formatting needs with your cover letter, how to write an effective one, length limit, and things like that. I'm often asked if cover letters are required, and that really depends on each job that you're applying to. The application will indicate if the cover letter is required or not. If the cover letter is required, then yes, you need to submit one. If it says the cover letter is optional and you have a good cover letter, I encourage students to submit one. Just gives the employer more information about why you're qualified for the role. And if the employer explicitly states that they just want a resume, then you do not need to submit a cover letter with your application. So this is directly from our career development handbook. And it kind of breaks down thinking about writing a cover letter, starting with the job description or job summary. So this position is called a product slash pricing analytics intern. And you'll see that we've bolded throughout some key terms for what they're indicating they're looking for a candidate in this job role. So someone who's team-oriented, fast-paced. They participate in a Day of Caring community service project. Someone in this role will implement an end-of-summer recognition and reflection ceremony, right? So finding those key skills that you're going to want to highlight in your cover letter. This is a continuation of that job summary and some more bolded aspects. Responsibilities include project description, deliverables. They utilize Microsoft Excel, Power Query, Access, or other database and spreadsheet applications. Interpret and summarize data, identify positive and negative trends, develop strategies to address and or capitalize on trends, reports that include key metrics to help measure performance of individual product lines. So that is all the beginning part of the job summary. And then these are the job requirements, right, or the minimum qualifications. You need to be an undergraduate student, rising junior or senior. Majors and or coursework preferred in business, actuary, data analytics, statistics, or mathematics. And again, when something is preferred on a job description, it is not required. So if you're someone who has just done a lot of data analysis, but maybe you're an economics major, it's not listed as one of the majors in that preferred category, but you might have just a lot of experience and you should still apply for that job. This preferred qualification section down at the bottom is again what is preferred in a candidate, but not required. So Microsoft Office proficiency, strong database skills, solid written and verbal communication skills, math aptitude, analytical and problem solving abilities. This preferred qualification section is a really great starting point for where you want to draw on your experiences and explain in a cover letter, if you do have these. So if you want to expand on your database skills, your written and verbal communication skills, and your analytical and problem solving abilities in the cover letter, you're really going to help show the employer that you have some of those qualifications that they're looking for. So this is the cover letter example. We're going to look further into all of these pieces, but to kind of just start, this first header section, 123 North Pleasant Street, would be your information as the person writing the letter. Then you put the date of when you're writing the letter, followed by the contact information for the company that you're applying to. If there is a contact name included, you'll include their name. But if there is no contact name, you'll just put the company name and whatever street address you can find for them. From there, you'll see that it kind of jumps into the explanation of directly what job are you applying to, at what company, why are you qualified, and what do they need to know about you. Backtracking a little bit, the Dear Miss Crosby, again, if you're given the name of the person to direct your cover letter to as Miss Crosby, then you'll put that. But you want to make sure that you're not adding in those articles, Miss, Mrs., Mr., without being explicitly told. You don't want to make any gender or marital status assumptions based off of somebody's name. So it would still be professional to say Dear Joan Crosby and just use their full name without adding in that article assumption. You can also, if you're not given a name, just say Dear Hiring Manager. And that's a really great way to start your cover letter. So the first paragraph is the introduction. What job are you applying to and what skills do you want to get across that they're looking for from the job description? The paragraphs after the introduction are going more into detail about those experiences or skills that you introduce in the first paragraph. And then your fourth paragraph or conclusion paragraph is just summarizing all of the aspects of the job that make you qualified for the role from the experiences that you have. You will do sincerely at the bottom with a comment, and you can just type your name. You do not have to import any sort of like formal signature. It's totally fine to just type your name. Some other formatting pieces, the cover letter is all left justified and there's no paragraph indentations. There's no required paragraph number. However, you do want the cover letter to just be one full page. You don't want it to go onto the second page. There's no there's no requirement that the employer will read what goes onto the second page. So you really want to maximize the space that you're using and have it just be one full page. So going more into detail, this is a closer look at that business letter format and the first paragraph introduction. So in this example, the student is, say, the direct job they're applying for, product/pricing analytics intern. Then they jump right into who they are. So currently a junior at UMass Amherst, pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in mathematics with a concentration in statistics. They say they have experience solving analytical problems in the classroom, and they're passionate about the opportunity to assist in work, the insurance industry, by providing people with a sense of security. And then they end that paragraph with some skills that they have: quick study, detail-oriented self-starter, and an excellent team member. Any of the bolded text in this cover letter is just as a learning tool. So you do not need to bold, and you shouldn't bold anything in your cover letter. It's just to make it more identifiable in this presentation. So after you introduce yourself and you give them a snapshot of what you're going to go further into detail on in the later paragraphs, then you jump into those later paragraphs. So they indicate that their involvement in statistics-driven coursework and extracurricular activities has provided them with a solid understanding of the importance of data analysis to the success of any business. This past April, they attended the 5 College Data Fest, where students had the chance to work in teams to assess the raw data provided by Ticketmaster. So this candidate is going more into detail about their data analysis skills and tying it to a specific experience. So you don't want to just say, I have data analysis skills, and have the employer assume where you're getting that from. You want to tie it back to an actual experience where you did that type of skill, or you can show your proficiency within it. So me as a potential employer, I would then be looking on their resume to find this Ticketmaster or 5 College Data Fest and read a little bit more about it in the bullet points. So your cover letter won't be an exact replica of what's on your resume, but it should refer to some of those key experiences that you're drawing on your skill set from. They continue on by talking about that they studied abroad in Ireland, and they, developed an international perspective, which can be vital in today's business world. So bringing that skill set in as well. From there, they go into the 4th paragraph, which has some conclusions about their skill set. So again, they're bringing in that teamwork skill, the communication skill, being in a fast-paced environment skill set. They reference that they work as a new student's orientation leader and draw again on what skills can they pull from that experience that has nothing to do with data analysis, but does have a lot to do about welcoming students to a new community, teamwork, working in a fast-paced environment. So again, it doesn't have to be everything in relation to data analysis is the only thing you're going to include in your cover letter, because that's not the only thing the employer indicates that they're looking for. In this example, I would break up this 4th paragraph into 2 separate paragraphs and have them talk about the new student's orientation leader, and then have a separate paragraph where they just kind of summarize all their skills. So I would probably start with this: my educational success and life experiences have prepared me to utilize my abilities to make a contribution in a professional environment, and start that as the last paragraph. From there, they say, thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely, their name. So a good way to think about starting your cover letter is by making a simple T-chart. You know, on the left, what does the employer want? What skills are they looking for? What experiences, what knowledge, right? Majors, minors, all of those types of things. And what experience do you have that matches? So again, you're actively reading the job description and you're highlighting, bolding, or making a chart with anything that stands out to you as the employer indicating this is a key part of the position and something we're actively searching for in candidates. And then you're gonna think about your experience and where that overlaps. From there, you'll take this chart and these notes and develop it into a cover letter. Again, using those formatting pieces that we talked about, and discussing why you're a qualified candidate for the role. Again, if you have any questions, you can contact us at careercentercns@umass.edu. And you can also bring in a draft of your cover letter for our peer advisor review to get some feedback on it. Thank you and take care.